Hey YouTube, this is No Level Cap, and today we're talking about our favorite games of 2025 so far.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the No Level Cap podcast with all your friendly neighborhood black nerds, where we cover all the anime, all the gaming, all the nerd culture stuff, absolutely zero of the BS. Back with a new episode every Monday morning. I am your host, Sage Ashford. These are my co-hosts, Devin Butts, Terrence Flowers, Will Coleman, Rakeem Beck. Like Rakeem said, this week we're covering the best games of 2025 so far, or at least our opinion. Because, I mean, we can only talk about, obviously, the games that we've played, for one, and, the games that you like. Everybody not going to like the same games. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We talk about our favorite games. You want to talk about your favorite games and tell us about college football 2026 and goddamn Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and that shit ain't even out yet. And that's another thing. If you come to this bitch late, don't tell me nothing about, did you play Where Winds Meet? No, motherfucker. It's September 20th. I have not played Where Winds Meet. Cut it out. All right? So let's just get into it. Let's not waste no time. Devin, what's your first game, bro?
This is what I want to start with. I'm gonna start with Kazan. That was like the first, I think, new game I really hopped into this year that I really enjoyed. Beat it 2 months ago or so, I think. Fantastic game. I know some people were calling this not well. I think even the developer said it wasn't so. Like it's definitely akin to a Souls. Like it's more like a action style. It's a lot faster than like your conventional Souls game, but it still got that DNA to it. Pretty good game. I think they did a great job with translating the DNF universe with this game with the Berserker. Fantastic game. There are some shortcomings with like some of the visuals and like in the environments and stuff, but overall the game's pretty solid. Gameplay, it runs smooth. Sound design is awesome. The character models are pretty solid for like your main characters and stuff like that. The bosses are fire. Some of the most fun bosses I've had in a long time. Some hard ones, but like once you with any game like this, once you get that rhythm going, it's just like you're having a blast. So yeah, I gotta give my hat off to him. I hope that I know we have another DNF game coming out. It's like a Genshin Impact. I hope that other games in this universe, we try something outside of the box of like a gacha style game, which I mean, I feel like they could have. But yeah, Kazan was a blast for me to play. The final boss was awesome. It's like 3 phases. It's like they always throw some crazy stuff at you. Oh, I beat the second phase. The game is over. It's like, oh, really? Well, let's see what you got for this third phase. Wait, hold on. But yeah, it has a lot of content to offer afterwards. Got a boss rush mode, got like a challenge mode. There's even like a lot of extra stuff as far as like side content. Finding the jars and stuff like that, getting like I guess what would be considered some like the ultimate weapons for each class. There's even replay value with that because you got 3 different classes. I used a greatsword class, which was a ton of fun. I saw a lot of people using the spear class, which seemed to be really good, but I just had a lot of fun with the greatsword class. Yeah, it's a great game. I hope that they can maybe continue this. I don't know if there's maybe a sequel or something, or maybe they try like a different character with this same gameplay style. But yeah, Kazan is my first game I'm picking. That's one of my favorites of 2025 so far.
How many hours you put into it?
I think like maybe like 80, 90, something like that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, you definitely got your money's worth out of that one.
Hell yeah.
You was in there.
Yeah.
You was in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, Will, what's your first game?
I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way, bro. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Finally, the Rockets come back to his people. I'm glad the game is out. Jesus Christ. Listen, I will admit though, it's a bit harder than the original. It got some moments in there, and I've been seeing a lot of people complain about it. I'm just like, yeah, I see what y'all getting at too.
I still think that game was DLC originally, which they said
it was,
and I think it was tweaked for that.
Yeah, it
You
was
know, like
cool.
sometimes DLC is just harder than the main game as like a victory lap and like to celebrate people that beat the game, the original game and shit. And I don't think they ever went back and just like reset the difficulty level for people. It's like, hey man, you're gonna have a lot of new people playing this.
Yeah, that's kind of like the problem with it. If I had to give it any negatives, it is pretty goddamn hard if you aren't used to that style of game or you're new to Hollow Knight in general. And I think they did say something about a patch coming. I think they're finna Elden Ring it. I don't know when it's coming out. I hadn't heard, but
Reminds me of that one.
I think they already have. I think
that
they
one
have?
article. It was like a parody article from Hard Drive that was like,
Oh yeah.
Hollow Knight Silk Song, nurse the bosses you already beat.
I was gonna say, are they pulling a DMC3 where the original DMC3 was considered pretty hard to a lot of people, and then they came out with the was it the special edition, which dumbed it down?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what they say they're doing, or they have done it. I don't know, but in typical Hollow Knight fashion, beautiful art style, beautiful atmosphere, beautiful music, gameplay handles itself well. I can't be mad at it, and for $20. And mind you, I'm not even like fully like through the game, but I'm seeing people putting close to 60, 70, and 80 hours into it. So for $20, I'm gonna be real with you. If you getting that much out of it, I got a lot more to go. I can't wait to play more.
How far have you gotten so far? You get through Act 1?
I believe yeah. I have.
Okay. I have seen a lot of people talk about Hollow Knight Silk Song. It's been nothing but positive. At this point, I do think there's a better chance than not it wins Game of the Year. It's just yeah.
It's very possible.
It and Expedition 33 are probably the front runners.
I kind of still feel like Expedition 3 edges it out just a little bit. Like, I think the storyline for Expedition 33 is just so strong
what's gonna
that
do it. Yeah.
it might edge it out just a little bit for Game of the Year. But when it comes to the indie Game of the Year category, it's going to smoke
That's
everything.
what I feel.
Yeah.
But then again,
Both
Expedition 33 counts as an indie,
both
doesn't
indie.
it?
It does.
Oh, yeah, indie.
Both of them count. So
A part of me wants Hollow Knight Silk Song to win so I can stop hearing the same fucking nerds complain about, they only give games that have heavy story elements the Game of the Year, and they don't give games with a lot of gameplay where the gameplay is central. But then like they just gave it to Astro Boy last year.
Yeah,
and
sure
still
did.
made the same fucking complaint, and they still whine and piss and moan.
It doesn't matter what wins. Everybody's going to have some kind of complaint. You can have a game as acclaimed as Baldur's Gate 3 win, and people will find something to say about
something
it.
to be mad about.
Yeah.
They're not premium gamers. That's all it is.
They're not premium
gamers. Shut up. I don't care about your non-premium opinion.
Premium.
It's 93 over here. No 87, no 85.
Also, just to let you know,
Randy don't know what he started. Randy don't know what he started.
I do hope that turns into like a meme, like an actual meme, like
it needs
premium gamers. So
It needs to.
All right, Rakeem, you up, bro?
What's up, dogs? So this was a fun one for me because I have spent this year playing games from like the previous year, my backlog. So I spent a lot of time with older games. As my roommates can attest to, I've been playing a lot of Wild Arms. One, for instance, like this old retro PS1 RPG that predates Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, I've been in like a weird bag as far as gaming goes. But I have played some things this year. And one game I've been playing a lot of, specifically the last 2 weeks, that came out right before Silk Song, a little indie RPG that a lot of people probably don't know about, a game called Quartet. It was a Kickstarter RPG by a studio called Something Classic that specialized in like really retro, old school Japanese role-playing game style games. And Quartet is basically their take on almost like an Octopath story, but having more interconnectivity between the characters and in a shorter form. It's basically a game that they've kind of touted as, we respect your time. We're older. You're older. This game at most 30 hours, 25, 30 hours. Their whole thing is kind of trying to make retro style RPGs that respect your time. So I applaud that because I find myself as I get older, falling asleep on the couch, watching football games, just not gaming as much as I used to, So I like the fact that they respect my time. So Quartet as a whole is a pretty interesting game. It's basically the premise is how the worlds look as they approach how magic affects them. How is this part of the world where there is no magic? How does this world function this part of the world function where magic is everything, and it's politicized. People who have money have it or whatever. And then also like the interactivity of like politics and how we perceive ourselves. There's like an enemy that seems very like almost contemporary to like, oh, we got to control magic, and it's like strange to us. We got to get rid of everybody who's not like us. Kind of classic kind of story. And it weaves that narrative together with a very straightforward, kind of interesting battle system that's simple but has complexity as you go along. For instance, I have there's a character named Agata in the game. She attacks twice. She always attacks twice because she has 2 weapons. Well, in this game, you got another character who has a spell like redo your turn, do the same turn you had. There's another character who can do, hey, you are berserk now, but now you can double your attacks. Okay, now I got an accessory that doubles those attacks. So I went from a character that could attack twice to a character who attacks 16 times per turn. So yeah, that's a very big difference. Really cool ways to play with the systems, debuffs and buffs and like elemental affinities. And the characters they don't have a lot of abilities. Well, they have a decent amount of abilities, but how they interact with each other makes the complexity. And it's actually pretty fun to play. I really recommend this to anyone who is like me in this indie RPG boom we're having right now, really into that. Give it a shot. It looks very good. The pixel art looks very sharp. The storylines are actually pretty mature. Your characters are very likable. You have everything from a character who's a magic scholar to a character that's a literal cook who lost his job and has to pay his rent. A little girl who's running a convenience store and her brother sells and does dirty shit on the side. And she's trying to figure out how not to go to jail. Just really interesting ideas behind the characters and then the world and the combat. But also it's familiar enough where if you've played retro RPGs, you'll feel right at home. So yeah, I just want to make that my first game. Quartet, I think it's not getting enough love because right now Silksong took everything from the indie market in this specific moment. It came out right before Silksong came out. So I just want to give Quartet a shout out. Something Classic are some great developers, and I think that game is awesome. I've put in about 25, 26 hours into the game. Ooh. And I'm almost done. I'm at the part of the game where you do all the side quests at the end.
Yeah.
The classic JRPG thing where you're basically at the final dungeon, but they open the world up. You get to travel all over the place, and then like go do the side quests and stuff.
Okay. Great choice. Terrence, what's your first pick, man?
Bless you, Will.
Thank you.
So the first game that I'm going to talk about is Sword of the Sea. I realized that when we discussed what topic we were going to do for this week, I was like, oh man, I really only have one 2025 game that I'll talk about later that I've like really have played like that. So I was like, I need another. So this week I decided to go ahead and pick up Sword of the Sea just because it is on the shorter side, and it's one of those games that got really great reviews for this year. So probably one of the ones that will be nominated for maybe like Indie Game of the Year. Like we discussed earlier, it's not going to win just because either Silksong will win or Expedition 33 will win. But at least it being nominated, that's a accomplishment in and of itself. But for those that don't know, Sword of the Sea is made by Giant Squid. Giant Squid, they are composed of ex-developers from that game company that worked on the 2013 game Journey, which a lot of people really liked at that time. That game was very, I won't say revolutionary, but it was something very unique for its time in terms of its gameplay structure, where a lot of it was just you going through this world. There wasn't any like direct story being told to you. It's more like the environment was telling the story and you just going along for literally the journey and experiencing different weather environments, weather conditions, whether it be like the sand, going through like the winter, dealing with all that. It was a really cool game. The fact you could also do co-op with just a random person, like that was a neat thing about the game at the time, is that random people could just be dropped into your session and you would actually experience the journey together. And then at the end, you would get each other's gamer tag or PlayStation ID and you could become friends if you enjoyed your time together enough. So it was a really cool experience. This game is similar in that it has the same kind of desert sand look to it, but it feels more like this is an expansion of Journey than it just being like Journey 2. Because in this one, you play as this character called the Wraith, who was a part of this war that took place that essentially turned the sea into the desert. And he's on this journey to turn the desert back into the sea and pretty much bring the beauty that back to the land that happened because of the war. And so there's a lot of environmental storytelling and stuff that you find along the way that tells you what happened to this world and why it is the way that it is and why it needs to go back to what it was previously. But it's a really beautiful game. First off, when you play it, it starts out very barren just because you are in the desert. But as you add more and more sea to the desert, like the game really opens up, like fish, different aquatic creatures come into play. It's just really cool. It's like one of the, I'm not a big photo mode guy, but this is one of those games where I actually used photo mode just because I was like, wow, this looks like a really cool setting or just really cool scenery. That and the photo mode is really accessible. So it's just something you can just click on and just go right into and just like, oh yeah, take a snapshot of this here and there. The gameplay, it does have mixture of like Tony Hawk or like snowboarding style games where you can go through and do different tricks. That's not open to you immediately. That's stuff that you have to unlock as you collect, as you get these collectibles throughout the game. You can take them and you give them to like a merchant that's in the game, and that he'll give you different skills that you can do different tricks and whatnot. So
this game is pretty as hell.
Yeah, it's very nice looking. Like the art direction, I mean, it goes hard. It's very, very nice to look at. Yeah, I think the thing that it really improves on from Journey is the fact that in Journey, a lot of it was just you kind of like walking and not really like the pacing of the game was very much just about enjoying the journey. Whereas here, you're a lot faster. You can zip across the desert and go from place to place without having it to be kind of like a slog. So it feels like the game is paced much better. That, and there's a lot of, this game really awards exploration. Like there's a lot of nooks and crannies that you can go into. You can stay on like the main path and probably breeze through the game like easily. I hadn't even beat the game yet, even though the game is supposed to be short. But if you take your time with it, like you can really put some hours into it. I think I'm about halfway through it. But yeah, it's a very great looking game. It plays well. It's one of those games where I feel like if you want something that's short, simple, sweet, that isn't like something that's going to be a huge time investment, something that you can just play and be like, I really enjoyed that. And you can just also just return to it very easily. Like it has a lot of replay value just because even if you breeze through the main story, you can come back and explore some more and unlock different sections and whatnot. So right now I'm really enjoying Sword of the Sea. I think it's one of those games that it might fly under the radar for a few people, but if you have the time, I say check it out. Like it takes a day to beat, if that. So yeah, I enjoy it.
How long the beat listed at 2.5 hours if you just mainline the story?
Yeah.
10 hours if you do everything. So
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. That if you like take the time to just really explore, then you could easily put way more time into the game than you would think. But yeah, if you're just like very narrow minded, it's like I just want to get to the end, then yeah, you could probably breeze through the game easily.
Okay. This is another solid. I was wondering if anybody, because I know a lot of us were interested in it, but I was wondering if anybody had actually spent the time to play it. So that's cool. My first pick is going to be Keep Driving. Keep Driving came out at the top of the year, I think either at the end of January or somewhere in the middle of February. Just a fantastic game. Okay, let's start with this. It's basically like a road trip RPG. Like that's the point. You're like a kid. I think you either just turned 18 or you're like, it's like right before you're going off to college and you decide to go to this big music festival. And so they like the whole point is like, you're just going to journey around and you're going to drive around America. And the goal is to get to the music festival, but you've got plenty of time to get there. You know, it's not like you have to just mainline getting there. And so you just drive around the America having a trip, and you get to take on hitchhikers, and you have to deal with like different, like how are you going to make enough money? How are you going to feed yourself? It's all this kind of stuff. but really it just taps into the fun of exploration. And I saw someone play it, and that's what made me go play it, because I had never heard of it, but I saw someone playing it on Twitch, and I said, oh, okay, let me try this out. And so I played it over the course of one night, right before I went home for July 4th. And I just like played it for like 4 hours straight. So it's not a very long game. A lot of replayability because you can change the car, and the car that you have, it'll have different bonuses when you get into battle, and battle is kind of handled in an interesting way because it'll be like, oh, the cops are behind you, and you have to drive a certain way to deal with the cops and avoid getting a ticket, or like there's a traffic jam, and how are you handling the traffic jam? People in the car, because you can pick up hitchhikers. They're fighting. How do you mediate that argument? And they have a really cool battle system where you draw on different resources, and like it's not super challenging. It's not challenging at all. It's just the whole point of it is just, ironically, the journey of it all, where you're just having fun and you're just like tapping into that feeling of freedom that you get when you first get out of high school, before you've gone to college, before the world places all the expectations that it sets upon all of us. Like, it's just that. And it also has like a fantastic soundtrack if you're like into indie rock. Like, there's a ton of indie rock music playing in the background as you play through, and you don't have to play. You can play whatever. Eventually, I did shake it up because I just didn't have enough CDs, because you can gain CDs over the course of the game. But like at first, I was just vibing to the indie soundtrack. It just reminded me of when I was in high school and just listening to like music on my CD player and shit. And so I was like, all right, I can get with this. And so I just had like a blast of a time. Like I said, it's I think I beat it in 4 hours. You can beat it faster, but it does invite replayability in the same way that Sword of the Sea does, or First Berserker does. It invites a lot of replayability because you can go back. They do add in cars. The cars do change it. You can upgrade your car in different ways to make certain aspects of combat easier, or to make certain aspects like to avoid certain things. Like, there's certain things you could do. You can change your tires, and so like all of a sudden, all the traffic problems are just like, well, all the road problems because you might wind up on like a shitty road, and they do take that into account. And you could just be like, I got the snow tires on, so I'm all good, or whatever. So yeah, I had a blast with that game. I have thought about going back and playing it again, but time being what it is, and you always wanting to like try to play as much new stuff as you can, I haven't been able to. I might go back and try to play it again next year. It's on Steam right now. It's only like $18, but I mean, you probably could catch it on sale for like 10 or 12 at some point in the near future. Because I mean, I'm sure Steam fall sale hasn't happened yet, right?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah. Steam fall sale can't be that far off, so I'm sure you could catch it on sale pretty soon. So, but yeah, I do advise you, if you look it up, it is pixel art, which is definitely outside of my wheelhouse. So that should go to show you just how much I was into the vibe of it all, that I wasn't even bothered by the pixel art. I was like, yeah, and it kind of lended the game an additional personality, because normally when you play a game like this, you can, if it were more detailed, you might imprint on certain characters. You might be like, oh, I don't like this kind of character because they're pretentious, or oh, I might not like this kind of character because I met them in real life. And like with the pixel art, you don't get that. Instead, you just get to enjoy the vibes of it all. So, very great game. Will, what's your second choice, bro?
Okay, my second choice, I'll say it like this. I don't want to call it this, but I think this is what it is. But I think it's gonna hold the rest of this month and next month like kind of hostage on YouTube. This game is called No, I'm Not a Human.
I've heard about that one. Yeah.
This game right here, I've been watching people play it, and I'm just like, let me check this out, because this right here can't be this crazy. And lo and behold, it is. So the basic premise of the game is that you're this dude. He likes to be alone mostly because he's had some troubling times on him where he's just kind of like, it is what it is. I'm by myself, whatever. He's kind of very pessimistic to an extent, but all of a sudden something happens on the earth. The sun starts to like break down and start casting like massive heat waves upon the earth, and it's brought these things out of the ground that like this government assistant thing is like, hey, these things are coming out of the ground. They look like humans. They're called visitors, and they're gonna come to your house at night and be like, hey, let me in your house. Are you by yourself? They kill people. They kill actual people off. But with your character, he's so anxious and like so he don't know who to like really trust. So it's basically the best way I kind of describe it is think of like Among Us, but at like a single player story level. Like ain't shit funny about this one. So ain't nothing funny. You have to suss out a lie on what the character tells you or what the news and the government tells you a sign of a visitor is. Like I'll tell y'all right now, and one of the things they say is that if you find a visitor, they have perfect white teeth. That's one of the signs. So you can test those people when they come into your house and be like, hey, I'm trying to avoid these things out here. I need to get in your house. Can you give me a place to stay for the time being? Now, mind you, when you get a visitor, they don't kill you off rip, right? They just be like, hey, I'm in your house. I just need a place to stay. That's what they do. But then you start getting signs. They be like, hey, check these people for this. If they have this, that's a visitor. And you can check people like, oh, maybe their eyes are this way. Maybe their teeth are this way. It plays on like your anxiety because you don't know whether that's a person or one of these things at the door. And you're just like, ooh, do I let them in? Do I shoot them away? Do I do this? Do I do that? Can I get this thing here to help me do this? It's really freaky. It's really scary. Like it's really scary. Like not in a jump scare sense, but more like it has you so tense when you're playing. You're just like, I got this many people in my house, and you can do it like it's like a day and night cycle. Like during the day, nothing really happens. You just kind of go about check on the people, but at nighttime, people will come to your door. That's when they come. They show up at your door wanting shelter, and then once you like check everything, let those people in, you can sleep to the next day. And on the day and night cycle, when you sleep, the game will either tell you whether someone died or you'll wake up the next day and nothing happened. And if you get notified that someone died, you're going to walk into a room and see a black trash bag covered in blood. You're going to be like, oh, someone dead. So now you got to check. Somebody in here is lying to me and I got to take them out. It's a game that plays kind of on your anxiety and your paranoia. Right now, I think this game is like the one that's going to take over for like this month. It's really amazing. It has a lot of replayability. It has like 10 endings. So you can find yourself getting to maybe a good ending, a nihilistic ending, an apocalyptic one. It's something there for you. You can come back and replay this game numerous times to like see. And it's randomized each time too. The days do not play out the same, and the same people do not come at the same time. So you might meet somebody that first time you played that came to the door. You might meet a regular person that came to the door and they be like, hey, I ran away from this monster. Let me in the house. You might mess around and meet somebody obsessed with astrology the next time you play. You don't know who's at the door every time.
That is fascinating. I was looking up a trailer while you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Very freaky, very unsettling stuff.
Yeah.
Like the artwork is very unsettling. And so like you're always going to be on edge just looking at it. And I was like, obviously I'm listening to you, so I've got it on mute. And so like even just with it on mute, I was still just kind of like, oh, uneasy. And man, they do not shy away from the gore because like
they don't.
I think the clip was maybe a minute and a half, and even in that, it was like, whoa, y'all doing a lot. So
yeah, they are. And the town around you is practically like burning down at this point because things are happening. People are dying. You don't know who's what. So somebody might have a gun. Is that a visitor?
Sounds like this comic I was doing some research on for an article. Nice House on the Left. No, not Nice House by the Lake. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Nice House by the Lake, where it's just like people are trapped in a house, and on the outside there's an apocalypse going on.
Yeah.
People are just dying horribly. Let's see.
It gives me mouthwashing vibes actually a little bit.
I
mean, it kind of falls into that horror indie category.
By the same publisher, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I've been seeing horror gamer YouTubers posting videos about that this week. So as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh, I know what that game is.
Yeah. It's the same publisher.
Good lately.
Rakeem, you're next up. What's your second choice?
Unfortunately, it's Borderlands 4. Because boy,
unfortunately,
you're a premium gamer.
Unfortunately, you're a premium gamer. Premium.
Man,
what platform are you playing it on?
I'm playing on PS5.
PS5.
Premium King.
When I tell you, and I haven't had a whole lot of issues. Things that people who play on PC primarily, they would notice. I kind of take those for granted. Something like the FOV slider thing I heard was like a big issue. Didn't bother me at all. Like I play my games at like certain FOVs anyway, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But just seeing all the discourse about this, because this was like my most anticipated game this year. As soon as it was announced, I was locked in. It came off of that terrible Borderlands movie. Came like a week after that got announced. After that terrible Borderlands movie last year, I wanted the redemption arc. I followed every trailer, every video, every IGN video, the Game Informer parts, the sit down stuff they did, everything about the battle system, the world, the story. I knew everything about this damn game before I even played it. So this is like a big deal to me. And when I played, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted from a Borderlands game. Combat still feels good. A lot more movement. I like the characters. I like the flexibility in the ability system and like how you can make your builds different. The boss fights feel good. When I play with my friends online, we're all enjoying it. The loot is decent, not too much. Like Borderlands 3 basically gave you too much good loot to the point where it didn't matter. This game feels like it's right where it kind of used to be a little bit. And it made farming easier. There's things where, farming is a big part of Borderlands, getting the best weapons, the legendary weapons. The legendary loot farm basically is in-game in Borderlands. Like we have in-game in this game as well. They've added, but like in Borderlands, traditionally, the in-game is get all the legendaries. And it's like farming bosses and fighting bosses over and over again. They made that way easier in this game. Playing the game is interesting. It's an open world game now, so the environments are even bigger and more spacious. There's more things to do in between the levels. The side quests, they've done this thing where like the more smaller side quests, like the petty ones, they're like on job boards, and the real side quests you go find, and they're way more meaty, way better story, way more interesting. Everything I wanted them to do, they did it. And I'm like, man, I'm enjoying my time with this. This is great. And I happened to open up Twitter. And all hell broke loose. I happened to look at Steam, just see how people thought about it, and all hell broke loose. And then I see the CEO of Gearbox
hey man, all the people on Steam,
himself.
They just mad because they not premium
gamer. I ain't never seen somebody try so hard to make a product that is actually good look worse. Now the game should run better, yes. And it should run better on PC. The FOV thing shouldn't be an issue. They're actually working on that. Well, the problem is he's saying all this stuff and they actually are working on the issues. The only thing he should have said was, we're working on the issues. That's it. Instead, we getting all types of, man, if you wanted to afford it, you should have paid for it. I mean, if you had these problems, it's your fault. Like, before, like years ago when we had the whole like the gamer movements towards like the anti-consumerism, where it was leading to like the anti-woke and all this, and they want games like this, they want to destroy a game. And I was like, I get what y'all saying, but y'all are really humming this up. This man actually doing it. Like all the weird stuff people would say about, man, they don't care about you, they just want your money, and they just want to, they're looking down on you. Or like, man, I don't think developers are like that. Then this man just put his foot all in his mouth. Sideways, left, right.
I don't like y'all.
Randy, you ain't never gonna see this video. I gotta say, I've been a Borderlands fan my whole life, bro. Please let the game do the talking. No. If the game got issues, fix the game. You fix the game, people who bought the game at launch are still gonna be upset. But if you fix the game, they'll forgive you. I promise you. No Man's Sky, they forgave him. You gotta he stopped talking, let the game do the talking. Let the game do the talking. Let the content do the talking. Just stop talking. You ain't helping nothing out. And I know your developers are like the same way, and they can't say nothing because you're the CEO. You got too much power. Let it go. Stop talking on Twitter. Let the game do the talking, please. But back to my thing, I am enjoying the hell out of Borderlands 4. I haven't had a lot of time to play it this week, but last weekend I played a lot of it. Really enjoying it. Loving direction. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably do multiple playthroughs of this with multiple characters already. I'm probably gonna get the season pass. I'm liking everything direction wise for the game. But the things Randy Pitchford has said, like you have, like if like Devin, we talked to Devin about this. He said, I will never buy this game after what this dude said.
Nope.
I will never touch it because like you shown me you don't respect me. You've shown me what you think about me up front, and I can't blame him. I'm in too deep. I'm 4 games in deep. I love the whole franchise. But like if someone outside the franchise sees this, I can't blame them for not buying the game. You showed them you don't respect them. Gamers deserve respect too. I get it. I understand the developers under a lot of pressure, especially in these trying times. And I have a lot of empathy towards developers with like jobs being cut, the way gamers act towards them, death threats and bullshit like that. That is not cool. A lot of other issues in the industry, the instability of the industry, a lot of the pressure to get a game out and sell well. Even when it does well, it might not be good enough for like your investors, and you still lose people, you still get stuff cut. I understand all of that. But at the same time, you can't just throw that shit back on your customer base when they have legitimate issues. You have to address those legitimate issues because they are paying for a product. It is okay to critique a product when you pay for it to work properly. That is not that is not something to act like high and mighty about. It's not a theological or ethical issue. No, it's having issues on PC. Please fix it. Nah, man, y'all should just no, don't do that.
See, if you were a premium gamer, you would have these problems.
I just need somebody. He need to don't do that, dude. So he say, I'm about to tweet about these gamers. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, man. You know better, Randy. Come on, Randy. Please, Randy.
What's that gif of Michelle Obama taking Obama's phone away while he's on the desk? Yeah, he needs somebody like that.
Bro, he needs somebody. He needs like 3 people like that. But anyway, so I won't go long. I need to get y'all back on some more positive stuff. I am liking the game. The discourse around the game is horrible, though. And it just sucks that, like, I think this is one of the best Borderlands they've ever made. And they couldn't get the optimization just right, which is bringing the game down. And the CEO is doing, whether he realizes or not, he's doing more damage than anybody else could do to this game. Any video, any entity, any hater, any review, he's done more damage online with his conversation than anybody else could do. Please just let the game speak for itself. But I like the game a lot, though.
He need a don't do that period. Every time he get rid of saying,
don't do that.
All right, don't do that. You guys are all right, don't do
that. All right, Terrence, man, what's your number 2?
Okay. For me, the 2025 game that I've been playing a lot of, I still haven't beaten it just because I'm taking my time with it. That's Donkey Kong Bonanza. That game,
oh, cool,
man, it's a lot of fun. It is it's crazy how a game where they go out of their way to make the levels look as great as they do, where like the level design in the game is amazing. You're just allowed to just go ham and destroy that as you please. And man, is it satisfying to do. Like, honestly, you could spend hours just going through levels, just kind of like destroying them, finding like little nooks and crannies, little secrets and whatnot. And yeah, you could easily just be stuck on because the game has different like sub levels. How it works is that the whole story is that DK and Pauline, they're trying to get to the surface, but in this world, for whatever reason, to get to the surface, you have to keep going down, not up.
Digging down.
Yeah, it's weird, but anyway. So there are different like sub layers to the game. I think I'm at like sub layer 5,000 or something like that. I'm not sure how many they are, but I think maybe that's like halfway or something along those lines, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, you could easily spend so much time on just like one sub layer, just going through and just destroying stuff, searching for the different collectibles that are around. The main collectible are the banana gems, which are made of banandinium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, it's, I guess, DK's version of she was
Gundanium.
Yeah, okay, Gundanium. We can go with that, or vibranium. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Vibranium. Yeah, it's their version of that. But no, the game, it looks great. The colors are so vibrant. It's the most rare looking game that Rare didn't make, like Rare the company. In terms of there's characters in the game that have like those rare eyes, like the little what do you call them?
I know what you're talking about.
Shaky eyes.
Yeah, like little shaky eyes. That a lot of characters have that. Like you have like a lot of talking animals. The language in the game, it feels very Rare-esque. Just the like, just the way that they talk is, how like Banjo-Kazooie had that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, the level design is so well done. It's very colorful. The game looks beautiful. To me right now, it's the only reason to own a Switch 2. which, I mean, that's a whole conversation in and of itself. I've noticed that a lot of people are starting to talk about how it feels like the Switch 2 is feeling like a bit of a, I won't say it's a scam. I know when people say scam, it's like that's the bait word to try and get you to watch, or
It's
like
the hyperbole, yeah.
Yeah, it's the hyperbole. But I mean, it's not a scam, but it's one of those things where it feels like Nintendo rushed this system out before they really needed to. I mean, we talked about that, I think, in like, not the last episode, but one of the episodes prior, we talked about that, how it felt like the Switch 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was the Direct. Yeah. Where it felt like the Switch 2 may have been put out a little too soon. Yeah. Here, damn. But yeah, if you have a Switch 2, like, this is the game to get, like, in my opinion. It's very well done. The Mario Odyssey team, they're the ones that worked on it. You can definitely tell. The fact that it has, like, DK has a skill tree that you can power him up in different ways. That's really cool. There's different cosmetics that you can add to DK and Pauline. There's a lot of exploring that you can do. A lot of different collectibles. If you're a platformer person, like if you enjoyed Astrobot, if you just enjoyed Nintendo platformers or just platformers in general, I feel like this is a no-brainer. If you just like games that are colorful and you just kind of like want to break from like the usual kind of like Gunmetal Gray or very like gritty, realistic type of games, or like highly narrative based games going on right now, I feel like this is a breath of fresh air and something that you can enjoy. So yeah, I recommend Donkey Kong Bonanza.
And you're not kidding. I was looking at a trailer just to like refresh my memory on Donkey Kong Bonanza's design. And man, like when you say colorful, it's like it looked at Fortnite and said, bitch, please. Like people talk about how colorful Fortnite is and how man. Because there's a level of vibrancy to the colors in Donkey Kong Bonanza that's just, I'm not seeing that anywhere else. That shit is incredible.
Yeah.
So good on them for finding a way to stand out, even though like the look of the more colorful games have become more common, and they still were like, yeah, but we can do it different.
Yeah.
So good shit. Devin, what's your second choice, bro?
Well, I'm not quite as premium of a gamer as like Rakeem, so I haven't played Borderlands 4. So I play less premium games.
Oh no.
I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I played so far I've liked. I know Will has talked about it. I might just have to talk about it too because it's just such a good game. I really like Shinobi. Just give a quick honorable mention to that game. It's freaking fire. But I'm gonna have to pick Silk Song. I know Will talked about it, but man, that game is. When I tell you, I love seeing I think I'm pretty sure I've said this on the podcast multiple times before. It's always for me art style and art direction reigns supreme. I don't care how many polygons and triptygons and triangles and all that you got. Art style is what reigns supreme. And Hollow Knight and Silk Song are no exception to that rule. This game. When I play a game and I can literally tell and see oozing off the screen the love and care that the developers put into this game, sound design, everything. This game looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It plays amazing. Like, what more could you ask for? I know that there's been like I got into Hollow Knight really like last year, and I really played it like for the first time, like and just went through it. Revisited right before Silk Song and beat the first one, and now I'm playing this one. I'm just like, man, this is. And first of all, I'm a Metroidvania stan. I've loved that genre. It's like my top 3 genres: RPGs, Metroidvanias, and fighting games. Like my top 3 genres. So this game is just like speaking to me on all levels. Like it even has like homages to like Metroid, like literal, like this. This is an homage to Metroid. Like the little statues, the holes, the power-ups. You literally fight a Metroid in the original Hollow Knight. Like that's literally what that boss fight is. A jellyfish is just a Metroid. This game is so good. Like it's so good. I just like, man, I love seeing people when they put all their creative endeavors, they put all their aura farm, all their creative energies and put it into their product and it just succeeds. I'm so happy for the success of Team Cherry with this game so far. I'm so glad. I wish it would have crashed more things. I wish it would have crashed the NASDAQ and Sally Mae. I wish it would have crashed all that. But unfortunately,
it would have been a good thing if it crashed the NASDAQ.
That shit don't affect us. It'd have been fine.
You know, but it's such a good game. It is. I will say it is a slightly harder. I think it's like one thing, like Hornet is definitely, her play style is a little different. Even like the hop, like you can't do the pogo thing initially. It's like she has a pogo, but it's like a diagonal, so you have to get used to adjusting like for the distance. Earlier on, it does get more like platform heavy from the original Hollow Knight. Like you're doing not like in platform or like you have to bounce on something or get hit by spikes. There's no platforms. Like either you bounce on this thing and go to the next one or you die. Stuff like that. But I mean, you know, it happens pretty early on. But I mean, excuse me. What I will say, I guess like the game took so long to come out. I think when they initially thought about bringing this game out, it wasn't going to be such a time disparity, like the gap. So like, well, people will still be fresh with it, so it won't be that problem. But unfortunately, the game came out so much longer after the initial release of the first game that now it's like people probably aren't fresh with it. We got so many new people, so I can see why it will be harder. I will say that what I think is causing the difficulty is much more Souls. Like it definitely, to me, Silksong has much more of a Souls identity. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of traps in this game, especially early on. That was really not the case in Hollow Knight, the original game. Like I'm talking about from the first 30 minutes, traps, boulders. I'm like, what is all this? I'm like, this is just nothing but Souls-like stuff. The enemies are a lot more hard to kill, just like the base enemies. Like some of these enemies take like 5-6 hits. In the original game, some enemies take like 2 hits, 3. You got enemies, they hit you, they combo you for 2 hits. I have a friend that's already like 100% the game. He says some enemies, some bosses like 3-hit combo you where you just can't get out of it. So that is going to make the game harder when you get hit initially and like you just lose 3 stocks like that. But like Hornet has a lot of abilities. Like her movements just feel so good. Like I thought the first game felt good with the movement, but Hornet has like this sprint and like this jump. She has a little float where her little cape like opens up.
Yeah.
This game is so good. Like it is so good. Like I said, the visuals are outstanding. Me being a person like the art major, I love seeing when people use something so minimal, but they make it look so beautiful. These character models aren't like the most crazy design, like, but what they are doing or what they have used is like minimal but super effective. The colors are amazing. The lighting is amazing. Like in the original game, there was a move called a crystal dash where you like charge up and you dash across the screen. And when you do it, you charge up, these little pink crystals come out of the ground, and he has like this white like force, like the wind is blowing around him. It's just like simple, just these white strokes, but it is so effective for what it is. And the sound design combined with that is just amazing. And this game is the same way. Like it's just, I love it. I'm so happy for the success. I hope we get a third game. Like this game is phenomenal. I know that people were talking about, man, the Silksong people, Hollow Knight fans are they're unbearable. I'm not quite one of those where people just praise holy Hollow Knight, praise Hollow Knight. You know, but I get it. I get it though.
Take that clip, that bro. That was
every good indie game gets that now.
Praise the sun.
Praise
Hollow Knight. Praise Expedition 33. Praise Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, Hollow Knight. I get it though. I understand. This is
praise be to premium games for premium gamers.
And that's the thing.
$20.
That's the thing, Rakeem. This
premium
game is $20. And it's sold like 5 million, like already. Like
all of it 99.
Probably even more now. Like you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it, man. Like I know we just, King just mentioned Borderlands, and I'm so happy that King's enjoying it, guy. He did mention that. I said I'm just not. After that, I'm like, bro, I was kind of interested in Borderlands, but I'm not. I'm just gonna play this indie game that costs like $60 less or $70, $50 less than your game. That's probably gonna win Game of the Year potentially. It's one of the front runners. So I don't know. I just think that I always say this too. I'm gonna cut this off soon because I don't want to be too long. But this game's so far. I always say there's a thing with the game industry has changed to me since I've been in gaming, and certain things that I'm seeing now, like what we're talking about, Randy, like Borderlands 4 is considered a AAA game, right?
Right.
Hollow Knight is indie, but I consider it the love and what was put into it, the care is AAA. quad A, might 5A perhaps. Getting up, we 5As now. Yeah. All the A's. So I know it's considered technically indie game, but the care and the expertise was put into it is AAA. Like nothing less but AAA. So I'm happy for that these people brought this game out and it finally came out and it's fire. So I had a lot of other games I wanted to pick, and I know Will talked about it, but I had to give it its flowers too because it's a fire game. It's just a good game,
Also, I'll throw this out there too. You know your game good when the pirating community said, "Hey, look, go buy this shit. Don't even think about downloading it." Even though some people probably did, everybody said, "Look, that's $20. Go get that." You can afford
I want to give you more money. Why can't I give you more money? Why is this not more expensive? You don't hear that for most games. Most games are $80 for this premium game, and these people are like $20. That's not enough. I'll give you $100 right now. Here.
So, just let them charge 20. It's gonna be all right. They gonna make all of it back again.
Yeah,
at 20, you sold 5 million copies at $20, and it's still it ain't that many people working on that game.
It's like 3 or something like that.
Got 3
They
people,
still made all of it.
Yep.
So just take the W. Everybody won in this scenario. The developers won. They put out a quality product that the gamers love. The gamers, they won. They didn't pay a ton for it. They paid a reasonable price, the price that the developers thought was reasonable. Everybody got a W here. I think, everybody except developers that didn't make Hollow Knight and came out with a game around the same time. Those true.
Yeah. True. Yeah, they got hold.
So I'm going to say this last thing, and this is something I always say. When you make a good game and you respect your customers, they're going to buy it. Now, there are some things sometimes it depends on the context. Sometimes you put out a good product and sometimes it don't sell as well. But I think when you put your all into something, you make a good product, you respect your customers, they're going to appreciate that. Randy. I'm done. Play Hollow Knight. It's a fun game.
That's not premium of you, Randy.
Because two indie games this year have proven this. 2 indie games this year have been here doing numbers.
Blueprints was also indie, and that motherfucker was also.
I forgot about that one. Yeah,
they sold a million copies.
Oh yeah, right.
It sold quite a bit. Yeah.
So 3.
Man, to be honest, we mentioned a lot of indie games. And indie games, we're kicking y'all ass right now.
Indie games swinging for the fences.
Well, I can't. I mean, I did have an indie game on my
swinging
list.
for second base.
Yeah.
Look, this second game ain't gonna be indie though. Look,
let's go. I know what you're finna say, bro.
I mean, it had to be done. Y'all know I was gonna pick Trails in the Sky.
Yeah,
we know.
Go ahead and do it.
Dang, I thought they was gonna pick an NBA 2K.
You had parents was looking at me like the damn the Simpsons the Bart Simpson. Say the line. Say the line, Bart. Say the line.
Trails in the Sky.
Trails in the Sky first.
Dang, I thought they was gonna pick 2K or Madden, man. I'm disappointed.
I don't even know. I would be terrible at both of those games because I don't even know how the controls work. I've never touched
a 2K
or a Madden game in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
They don't work.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I can't even
say they don't work.
I mean, this game sucks.
Oh God,
doesn't work.
But yeah, I got Trails in the Sky last night. Yesterday afternoon, and I got into it, and man, it is everything that I wanted out of a remake. Like it's so faithful. Without how people complain about Final Fantasy VII and how it's like, oh, you've changed so much. Even if you like it, some people are like, man, they changed too much. Like it's a completely different experience now. This is not that. We have made it as faithful as possible. And if you've played Horizon or if you've been spoiled on what happens in Horizon, you know that they could have done some different shit. They could have gone down another path with this quote unquote remake. They could have done the same shit that Square Enix is doing. And I'm not going to dwell on it too much because I don't want people to get spoiled. But they could have done the same shit that Square Enix is doing with FF7. And they chose not to. They chose to be like, no, this is for new gamers, new fans who haven't been into this before, who've never tried Trails, and for the fans that always wanted to experience it in 3D. And man, they nailed it, bro. And there's so much love and there's so much care into this world. Like the music, it instantly, because I never finished it, but I played the first half of Trails in the Sky, which was probably about 30 hours, 25, 30 hours.
Yeah.
And man, I instantly, as I booted it up, last night, I could feel like all the vibes and just them nailing every emotional beat, nailing the cutscenes, nailing the character introductions. There's not a single thing that they missed. The combat being updated, it's fantastic. It feels, the only thing I hate about it is that they switched the dodge and the attack button. And so I'm dodging with circle. I mean, I'm dodging with X and attacking with circle, and it feels so fucking odd. Like I don't love that, and I'm still kind of adapting. But other than that, fantastic game, fantastic combat. Like, it feels snappy. There's the customization that I love from previous Trails games. I'm still not really a fan. Like, I like the idea at first, but I really just kind of like Cold Steel. Like, hey man, this is what the spell does. You equip the spell you put the materia on, you got this spell.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I like that better than this, where it's like, hey, if you connect the right dots and get 4 time quartz and 4 mirage, then you get the strongest spell in the game. Like, oh, okay, man, I got to keep track of too much to make that shit work. So I mean, like, it can be done. It's not hard, but it is just that extra inch more of thinking than I want to do when I'm doing stuff like that. But I'm still like, that's not nearly enough to detract from the experience that I'm having with this game. I played last night about 3.5 hours, and it's everything. Like, I could have picked Avowed, and I really enjoyed Avowed. I could have picked here's another game I played that I'm blanking on right now, but I could have picked other games that I spent more time in, but that would be lying, just saying like, oh, I spent more time in it, so I have a more complete picture. But I already know that this game is not going to disappoint me. Like, I played through so much of the original, and already playing through this, I'm like, yep, it looks like y'all got it.
Yep.
And it's wonderful. It's crazy for me to have spent so much time. I think I've played 7 Trails games over the last 3 years, and it don't matter. You know, every time I think, I'm like, yeah, I'm tired of this franchise. I'm tired of the universe. All I got to do is leave for about 5-6 months, and I'm
come
like,
back.
I can play another one.
Yeah,
You know?
I can do this. This is it.
I'm gonna try to finish this one really quickly because I know Horizon comes out in January, the end of January, and I know if I finish it quick enough, if I finish this by the start of November, I know that by the end of January, I'll be like, yeah, I can go back. I keep coming back to this universe. Like,
Keep calling me the Trails.
And Trails is so, I know people are like, oh man, it's like every JRPG. It's like, is it though? Like, there's so few JRPGs and really so few games where it's a world that you want to exist in. So many games, it's just like they go so far out of their way to create this like oppressive, dark environment where it's like it might be fun to play, but you don't want to be in that world. Like, if you were transported from here to the worlds that we play video games in, you'd want to come back in like 30 minutes. You'd be like, all right, bro, get me the fuck out of here. I don't care how much you think you want to be there. 30 minutes, you'd be like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in Elden Ring land. This shit is fucking terrifying. And in any Mortal Shell and all that shit, you'd be like, hey, man, I gotta fucking go. This shit, if you live 30 minutes, Trails is just like a world where you looking around, it's just like everything seems fun, everything seems cool and relaxed, and just like a fantasy environment that you want to like live in. And fortunately, the writing is of a level where you're like, oh, this feels like a lived-in world. So yeah, I mean, like, I love this game. Can't wait to get back to it. Can't wait to try to get into the chapters that I didn't play, because I obviously, like I said, I played Prologue, Chapter 1, Chapter 2 in 2 years ago. Yeah. Went right at the same time as I was playing the Crossbill games, I played through this game, and I just didn't get around to finishing it. And so now I'm back, and I can't wait to get to like Chapter 3 and 4. I already know the big twist with 4, which means I also necessarily can't wait to play second chapter when they put that out next year, I assume. So,
hey, Sage, I'm gonna hit you with the invisible. I'm gonna hit you with the Invisible Man quote. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because I haven't played Trails a lot, but from what I've seen, I don't know, man. Them worlds seem kind of sketch, man. Be the local librarian, like, hey, man, putting demon blood in the books, man.
Okay, look.
Be the most unsuspected person. Be like, oh, he's a cool person. He bakes cakes for the community. He don't do it in the whole time. He's some demon from the other world.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna spoil a little bit of Trails for y'all.
Go ahead.
Me and Keem gonna be the only people that know what I'm talking about, but I just gotta put it out there. I was playing Trails in the Sky. No, not Trails. I was playing Trails of Zero, which is like the first of the 2 Crossbill games. Played it, beat it. I was like, oh, okay, this is a great, fantastic game, but I'm not a big 2D fan. So I was like, all right, I played that. Let's just go ahead and get into Trails into Reverie. And so Trails into Reverie takes place in like 2 different continents. It takes place in Erebonia, but it also takes place in Crossbell, which is the setting of Zero and Azure. And I beaten Zero, and I'm like, all right, well, I kind of know my way around Crossbell, cool. And I start going around and visiting, and I'm like, yeah, let's get to know some of these old people. Let's see what's going on. And I skipped the game, and I went over there somewhere to like a part of the city, and they was like, I said, yeah, let's go talk to this lawyer, man. He was a cool dude. They was like, yeah, you know, it's been a while. It's been weird over here since the lawyer went to jail. I said, jail? I said, what the fuck did he do to go to jail? It was like, yeah, you know, it's been rough, man. Nobody saw that coming. I said, saw what coming? He was a regular dude. He just did cases. I had to go back and play Azure just for that. I was like, what the fuck happened? And boy,
it was a hell of a twist.
Played Azure. It was a hell of a twist. I said, what the
hell of a twist, boy.
So I will say this. It's not all sunshine and rainbows in the Trails universe. You go down the wrong alley, you fuck with the wrong person, you start getting a little too loud about things you're loud about, and they will erase you. Certain things can happen. If your family don't watch over you, you might get taken by a devil cult, a cult that literally worships that universe's devil. You might. There are things that can happen to you that ain't supposed to happen to you. But that's not that different from the real world, as opposed to like some universes where it's like, goddamn, like there is like the positive outcomes are not just unlikely, they're improbable. Like who living a happy life in Elden Ring land?
Nobody.
Who the fuck happy over there? Not nobody.
You gonna go to a giant spider in the front yard over there. That's what you gonna do.
You walk into your front yard as a giant horseman with a giant halberd.
Ain't most of them niggas in some kind of state of undeath?
Yes, I would believe so.
A lot of them.
Yeah, that's fuck no, man. And
they resurrect over and over again too. Yeah.
But I got a flying horse though.
Hell no, man. I don't want none of that.
You're getting shot out of the sky whether you like it or not.
Yeah, exactly. And that's to say nothing about all them other Souls-like games like goddamn Lords of the Fallen, Mortal Shell, all them shits where they looked at Elden Ring and Dark Souls and said,
it ain't dark
enough. Like,
ain't dark enough.
Yeah, y'all niggas got it. I'm sorry. That ain't for me. I need something where I can relax and just enjoy a world and vibe that I like couldn't see myself enjoying in real life. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, what's up, Key?
At least like a world like Fallout where it is fucked up and really it's literally uninhabitable. At least it's funny. They have like a sense of humor in that game.
Hey man,
yeah, that's fair.
It's funny playing it, but I still wouldn't want to live in the Fallout universe. I seen the goddamn TV show like that. No, I'm straight. I'm good. Ain't nobody trying to get chased by no what's that shit called?
Deathclaw.
The Deathclaw. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to get chased by that. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. But yeah, that's a pretty varied set of games. I was kind of surprised. I thought there'd be like some overlap. Didn't nobody want to stick up for 2XKO?
I mean, I'm playing.
I would have chosen, but I mean, I don't know if it's gonna come out this year. Well, I guess it's technically.
That's the thing. It's technically in its beta phase. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's not out. It also is just on PC, so it hasn't had its wide release just yet. So yeah,
I like it.
I like it too. I'm literally gonna play it after we get done.
I did just want to. I just brought that up because I know everybody here except me is like a big fighting game head. So I was like, dang, I thought there'd be a lot of overlap.
PC, a PC that can run it. I haven't touched it. So
me and Devin got it for both of y'all. Don't worry about it. We'll give y'all a report from time to time.
We appreciate y'all.
I'm about to hit up Devin for some one-on-one matches too. We ain't did our one-on-ones yet, so.
Nobody spoke up for Arena Breakout. And no, I'm just playing. No.
Arena Breakout.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I know nobody was going to play Arena Breakout.
Delta Force?
Damn, you hold it compared it to Delta Force.
I know, right? Jesus.
All right, man. Let's go wrap this week's episode up. If y'all new to us and like this episode, I need a few things from you. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to subscribe. I need you to tell your friends about us. And I need you to do me a personal favor and have an excellent week. Peace.
Hey.